Warning, the following podcast contains adult language, themes, and situations. Also, the film we're about to talk about is going to be spoiled thoroughly. Listener discretion is advised. Enjoy this show.
What happens when you take a based on a true story romantic novel, strip away much of what made the book enjoyable, rewrite history a little bit, and turn it into an Oscar bait film full of people who have no business attempting to perform the accents of the people they're supposed to be portraying? You get a boring slog that bombed at the box office and was absolutely hated by critics. So come along as we suffer through 129 minutes of Nick playing an Italian caricature, while Penelope Cruz stares at the floor in nearly every scene of her Razzie-nominated performance in Captain Corelli's Mandolin.
Okay, let's run.
I'm like a prickly pear.
What do you say we cut the chit-chat? A-hole! Porker! How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? Hey, have you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and beat until you pissed blood?
Welcome to One Cage at a Time, the show where we break down every single Nicolas Cage movie, one film at a time. Here are your hosts, Patrick, Vince, and Nigel.
When the small island of Cephalonia in Greece becomes occupied by the Italian army, a forbidden romance sparks, a love triangle between a loyal patriot of the Greek army, his fiancé, and a fun-loving Italian officer who could play the mandolin almost as well as he could play with the emotions of a young Spanish actress pretending to be Greek.
Let's see who's joining Nick on this adventure.
Captain Corelli's Mandolin stars Academy Award-winning Spanish actress Penelope Cruz, the Dark Knight himself, or if you're like me, you'll always think of him as Patrick Bateman in American Psycho first, Christian Bale, legendary English actor best known for his roles in The Elephant Man, 1984, and Alien, John Hurt, and, of course, an Italian-American Academy Award-winning actor who learned his Italian accent from listening to a drunk guy at the table next to him pretending to be Italian while ordering breadsticks at Olive Garden, Nicolas Kim Coppola, better known as Nicolas Cage.
Patrick, hit us with some stats, won't you?
Captain Corelli's Mandolin was released on May the 4th, 2001. Sorry.
Wow, so we just passed the 24th anniversary.
That was it was released in the UK first, and then a month passed, June 20th, 2001, and they released it in France. And then 2 months passed, and they released it August 17th, 2001 in the United States. I'm guessing for reasons that we'll get into as we watch the film of like, oh, this is a fucking boring pile of shit.
They were probably hoping it got that buzz, releasing it in Europe first. And it's like, maybe the French audiences will go for it. No one's going for it.
Europeans are like, that does not sound like an Italian accent. That does not sound like a Greek accent.
Europeans were
that does not sound like a German accent.
They're like, I remember World War II. It was not like this.
Yeah, everybody just sat around and played music. That's what it was.
They're all happy-go-lucky. Until the bad Nazis came.
Yeah, until the bad Nazis came in. Yeah. Had a budget of $57 million. Damn. Which they were really going for that like Oscar bait box office epic.
Yeah.
And it failed spectacularly.
Good production value, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it looked good.
Yeah.
It grossed $62 million, so technically made back its budget, but we've said it many times, the advertising and all that kind of stuff costs an arm and a leg and isn't reported in this budget. So you need to make at least like 3 times. And I do not understand how they thought that Captain Corelli's Mandolin was going to make $150 million.
I don't know.
And also, we talked about it offline, but like people love this book. This book is actually really good.
That's probably
unlike
why.
This movie.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people were very disappointed. The people who actually read the book and enjoyed the source material were really taken aback by what they got.
Was this before or after Pearl Harbor came out?
I think it was after. I feel like,
because I wonder if maybe they were thinking that they.
I was going to say that time, like Band of Brothers, Saving Private Ryan, like World War II shit was hot back then. And
yeah, but those were good, and this is not
right. But I mean, that's where a lot of the copycats are going to come out, just trying to. Oh, what if we did a love story?
True.
And yeah,
What if we did a love story based in
Pearl Harbor was also 2001, so it may have actually come out after this. It's kind of hard to.
I think that's why they pushed the U.S. launch, or maybe still September, because I want to say Pearl Harbor would have came out in the summer.
So they had two shitty romance movies set with love triangles set in World War II.
Pearl Harbor is a classic.
At least one was somewhat based on a true story, and the other one was Pearl Harbor. This was directed by John Madden, legendary coach of the Oakland Raiders and creator of the Madden football games, whose catchphrase was "Boom, tough acting to acting."
Hey,
so sorry.
That would explain a lot if that was true.
That would make a lot of sense.
I hope they show Nick as John Madden directing this movie in the John Madden biopic.
Be more Italian. No, sorry. Different guy, different John Madden. He's an English director who has mostly seemed to do these exact types of romantic films. Won a Best Picture Oscar for Shakespeare in Love, which I'm still mad about to this day because it was up against Saving Private Ryan. How
movie's trash.
Does Shakespeare in Love beat Saving Private Ryan for Best Picture? The Academy is stupid, and we should ignore it from here on out. He also directed the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, which I've never seen, but I've heard is one of those beloved kind of like chick flicks, for lack of a better word. And most recently did a film called Operation Mincemeat in 2022, which I've never heard of.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Have you heard of that? No, but I've heard of the actual operation. It's a pretty cool story. That's the one where they dressed up a corpse and made it seem like it had plans for D-Day. Like they put fake plans for D-Day on it and dropped it off somewhere where the Germans would intercept it to try and throw off the thing. So, some British soldier who died that doesn't have been honored, but they made him seem like he was a person he totally was. I can't remember exactly the details of it, but look up Operation Mincemeat. It's a pretty cool story. It actually helped D-Day happen.
It sounds like a really interesting story that was probably turned into a really boring movie. That
I bet they made really a love triangle, added a love triangle to it for no fucking reason, and it's probably a snooze fest.
Some chick's in love with the dead body. It's Weekend at Bernie style.
Starring Colin Firth. Yeah, so they got some good talent to probably make a garbage movie.
Great.
It's on Netflix. You can all check it out right now.
Also, weird fun fact for Nigel, this John Madden directed a series of radio adaptations of the original Star Wars trilogy between 1981 and 1996. Who was asking for a radio adaptation of Star Wars in 1996?
For some reason, those are actually pretty beloved among the fandom.
God damn it.
That just sounds like a passion project of Lucas. He liked old serials and old movies and shorts. Yeah. Probably loved old radio serials.
Yeah. But, could see that. When you have endless supply of money, you could just throw it at radio productions in 1996. Yeah. This was based on a book by the same name, written by English novelist Louise de Berniers, I think is how you say it, who is still writing to this day, but has never enjoyed the same level of success that he had with Captain Corelli's Mandolin. He strongly disapproved of the film version, commenting it would be impossible for a parent to be happy about its baby's ears being put on backwards.
Yeah, I can't fault him for that.
I will say there's only one part of the movie that I actually liked, and it seems like it was lines taken directly from the book. So
Must have been, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, some of my favorite, like there's some really great quotes, and I'm like, that had to have been
just
from
come
the
straight
book.
word from word.
Yeah. He did say that there are some redeeming qualities, and particularly really likes the soundtrack. So there's that. The screenplay was done by Sean Slovo, who is a South African female screenwriter who wrote a film called A World Apart based on her childhood experiences under apartheid. So I guess that's the right person to choose for this, but at the same time, it's like she didn't do a great job adapting what seemed like it probably was a fairly straightforward book to adapt. But I don't know. I feel like there had to have been a lot of like studio stuff with this one.
Yeah.
It just feels like they just wanted to stretch it into some big, it feels like one of those movies that was put out specifically to try and win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
She also wrote a film called Catch Fire, starring Derek Luke and Tim Robbins, which is also about the joys of apartheid. So she has a distinct niche that she likes to write about, occupied and kind of enslaved people. Moving on. This was shot by John Toll, who... I would say one of the redeeming qualities of this film is the cinematography.
Yeah.
So it's unsurprising that he has a couple Oscar wins under his belt for Legends of the Fall and Braveheart. He also shot The Thin Red Line, Almost Famous, Vanilla Sky, The Last Samurai, Gone Baby Gone, Tropic Thunder, The Odd Life of Timothy Green, Iron Man 3, and sadly, The Matrix Resurrections.
The The Last Samurai. So he worked with whoever the guy who did Outcast. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
That guy.
That's right. The stunt director/director.
Yeah.
Really
well, I mean,
interesting.
that's quite a pedigree of great
shot
movies.
Yeah. No,
and then The Matrix 4.
Yeah.
Hey. It's a good movie.
It looked okay sometimes.
It's a good movie.
This one was kind of mind-blowing. He also shot the pilot episode of Breaking Bad.
Really?
Which is kind of nuts. Yeah.
That's the only thing he shot for the series? He never did any more?
I didn't see any other credits.
Wow.
But I think, it's like a lot of times when you're first launching a movie, you kind of reach out to the big heavy hitters for the pilot, at least.
Yeah.
So, it makes sense that they would reach out to a more established name like John Toll, two-time Oscar winner.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great
set
pilot.
The tone for it.
I was sold on
It's a
that
great
series
pilot,
from that episode. So
100%. Yeah, it set the tone for the whole thing.
Yeah. Damn.
So that's, aside from the music, the one redeeming quality, according to the author.
Yeah, the music's great.
Edited by Mick Audsley. I think that's how you say his name. He also edited 12 Monkeys, which is one of my favorites. Kind of a weirdly forgotten film. I don't know why, but I love 12 Monkeys. Dangerous Liaisons, Interview with a Vampire. Sadly, the worst edited Harry Potter film, in my opinion, The Goblet of Fire, which is like a fucking mess the first like 45 minutes. And then it turns into a movie. But it's like they had to set up so much in that first 45 minutes that it is just a clunky mess. And he did that movie Everest about that tragedy that happened on Everest.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a pretty decent film.
I got to watch that soon. Amber got like really into Everest for a few weeks. And so she really wanted to watch that. We haven't had a chance to.
It's decent.
But,
yeah.
Good cast.
Good cast. The effects are kind of so-so in spots, but it's a pretty decent movie. And then he did the new Murder on the Orient Express adaptation and Zemeckis's version of Pinocchio that was supposed to be Guillermo del Toro's version of Pinocchio. I don't know what the fuck happened in that film. For better or worse.
Guillermo del Toro curse keeps striking, I guess.
Yeah. Zemeckis has really gotten into that creepy Uncanny Valley mocap thing the last few years. I don't know why he can't just do like a movie anymore. Just has to make these weird ass creep fests. But anyways, and then music by Stephen Warbeck, also a major saving grace of the film. The only reason this thing isn't getting like a 2.
Yeah.
English composer who won an Oscar for Shakespeare in Love as well, for best score. Did the music for a film called The Man in the Hat recently that he also directed, which I think is a first for us. I don't think we've ever had a composer who ended up directing anything at any point. He also has 137 IMDb credits that he has scored since 1985, including the score for the film Mystery Men, which is a favorite of 40-year-old hacks who dress like 13-year-olds like us, as one very kind YouTube comment pointed out. Thanks again for that. Thanks again for that.
I love that person.
If you ever need your self-esteem taken down a notch, just start a YouTube channel. It's a good way. Oh, these greasy fucks talking about this movie. Ratings, unsurprisingly, this has a 28% on Rotten Tomatoes, 4.4 out of 10 on 119 reviews. Justified. Very justified. 119 reviews. 28% gave it less than a 6.
Ouch.
Ugh. I feel like if you came into it kind of dumb, you could be like, oh, it's decent. I don't know. It felt like it should be decent. Coming into it dumb's almost worse because you're like, all right, this seems all right. And then like, I don't know. There's a certain point where you're like, is anything going to fucking happen in this movie? And then like, no, not really. By hour 7, you're like, Jesus Christ, just when is it going to end? Surprisingly, audience score, 50%. 50%? No. Come on, dude. Metacritic score, again with the critics, 36%. Going over to the awesome Chicken Jockey Letterboxd. 2.7 out of 5, which I feel like is I guess it's right on par with that 50%.
That's a little bit higher than 50 for some reason.
The real audience is stupid, is what we have really surmised going forward. And there's no more proof positive than that. And the IMDb score, which is 5.9 out of 10. 5.9, fuck you. No, this is not 5.9 out of 10.
On Amazon, this has like a over 4.5 out of 5 stars rating. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Are you on drugs?
Did you watch the
same movie that we watched? I still love the fucking story that you sent over, Nigel, of the guy getting seasick on a cruise, and the only thing that was like playing in his hotel room or his cabin was Captain Corelli's Mandolin on repeat.
Laid up with food poisoning on a cruise, just forced to watch Captain Corelli's Mandolin 50 times. That does sound like a circle of hell, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
And then finally, cinema score A-, which seems generous.
Yeah. I mean, I know generally anything less than an A is terrible, so A- is not great, but that's like, really?
Still feels high. I don't know.
The majority of people who went and saw that opening day were like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, because the audience is stupid, as we've seen.
How about a Coppola quick facts?
I don't have a lot of quick facts for this one. There's not a whole lot of people who have decided to jot down any kind of interesting facts about this. I kind of looked into some of like what actually happened, some of the real history, and then also the book, of course. But writer Louise de Bernays, I don't know if that's right, rewrote the book approximately 35 times And this was to ensure that he had gotten details told to him by locals as accurate as possible. So he had to go back and change things several times. The film's plot deviated somewhat from the novels, with many of the book's tragic episodes softened.
Yeah,
which there are a couple things that are pretty dark, like, you know, it's well known that any kind of like woman who sleeps with a Nazi was not treated well. But I could see there being a lot more fucked up shit happening in this.
Yeah, that was one of my main criticisms, is it just felt very sanitized and sappy. The tone was a little bit off for what I feel like it should have been.
Sappy and somehow still just like depressing as fuck. Like there is nothing enjoyable about this romance whatsoever. No. Like there's no hope or happiness. There's nothing in it that makes you feel romantic. It just feels gross and wrong. Like because he's an occupier. Like
this is awful. But I felt like there was more chemistry in Killing Time, or Time to Kill, between the Italian soldier and the woman he rapes and then kills than there was in this movie. Between the Italian soldier and the occupied woman he just happens to live with.
Yes, definitely.
As fucked as that is, I mean, that's that could just be my review, like, of the movie, if you think about it. Like, fucking bizarre. That's how it shook out.
So messed up, dude. I don't know. They like paint Christian Bale's character as like he's the bad guy, and I'm like, he's the one I sympathize with the entire movie. Like, he's the good guy.
Yeah,
just
there's a whole other
all the Italians would die through the
protagonist,
whole movie.
And then he's just a side character in this and / antagonist.
Yeah, there's a lot. I pointed out a few. In the breakdown, differences between what happened in the movie and what actually happened in the book. He had a much more fucked up story in the book. He did some pretty terrible things, but they painted him as kind of a, I don't know, tragic character towards the end. But he did do some pretty bad stuff in the book. But I also, like, for the sake of the movie, I sympathized with him way more than anybody else. Really, I feel like he was kind of the good guy.
I don't know.
Got that ass.
I felt like they didn't do a good job at. Get into it later too, but they just didn't really do a good job at fleshing his character out. So I
felt it was
for
just
anybody in this fucking film.
Yeah, it seemed to me it was like they were trying to rely on the tropes of like, okay, well, you're writing a romantic story, you got to paint one person in the love triangle out to be horrible, because otherwise you won't root for the people that you're supposed to root for being together.
Yeah.
But then later on you understand why he was the way that he was.
There was. So it was weird. It's weird that they cut out some of the more worse stuff he did, because I felt like they were going out of their way to make him seem worse than he was, despite the rest of his character arc.
Yep.
So
yeah, we'll get into it.
Can't imagine why the author did not like this adaptation of his work.
Yeah,
35 rewrites for this garbage.
They didn't even rewrite it once when they wrote the screenplay.
Right?
So.
Yeah,
they didn't even proofread it.
They didn't even proofread it. What's her name? Pelagia? I don't know. Pelagia. Pelagia. Change it every time.
Yeah,
what's the name?
I kind of feel like somebody
like
Christian Bale was probably like, how do I say that? Like, I'm trying to say this properly in Greek, and they're like, whatever. Everybody else says it this way. Just say it however you want.
Right. Just make it up. Change it every time.
I swear to God, they changed the name of his character a couple of times too.
They did. Yeah.
It's like Mandras or Madras or
Man-ass.
His name should be Mandra.
Man-ass.
That's the Greek name.
What is it?
But they Mandra.
Mandra.
Or Mandra. Yeah, Mandra. But they add the S to it. I don't know.
Mandras.
Since
the release of the book and the movie, Cephalonia, I think is how you say it. I don't even think the people in the movie know how to say it properly.
We just
Cephalonia. Yeah, whatever. Has become a major tourist destination, and the tourist industry on the island has begun to capitalize on the book's name. Of this, the author said, I was very displeased to see that a bar in Hagia Ephemia has abandoned its perfectly good Greek name and renamed itself Captain Corelli's.
My God.
And I dread the idea that sooner or later there might be Captain Corelli Tours or Pelagia Apartments.
I don't think there's any danger of that happening. Maybe if this movie was good and more popular, that might have happened.
Yeah.
If they redo this movie at some point with somebody who does justice to the book, maybe. Yeah.
Michael Bay.
I think the book is very I think the book is very beloved, but the movie is not so much. Fucking Michael Bay does it.
I'd give it a shot.
It might be better than this. Yeah. At least the action scenes would be enjoyable and not boring
Instead
somehow.
Just like, oh, I guess there's action happening now.
And then my final quick fact is Robert Michel was originally set to direct, but suffered a heart attack right before they were supposed to go into production, and John Madden stepped in to replace him. I wonder if maybe that's partially what happened here. Michel even threw in a little Easter egg into his previous film when he was scheduled to make this one. He had Hugh Grant actually reading the novel in Notting Hill at one point because he was about to make Captain Corelli's Mandolin.
Interesting.
The movie implies that the earthquake that devastated Cephalonia after World War II occurred in 1947, but it was actually in 1953. And then at the end of the credits, the movie is dedicated to the memory of those who died in the post-war earthquake, as well as the war.
What?
The
Why the
DVD
fuck would you
commentary
change that?
I love
also
when they just
mentions the
change
correct
history.
date.
Like, this happened 5 years earlier for no fucking reason. Because, like, it doesn't like it change the story at all.
It's 6 years later. Like,
yeah. What?
And we'll get. Well, I mean, I don't want to spoil the ending, but like, we'll talk about it in the breakdown.
Yeah,
but the events that happen after the earthquake happened much later in the book and did not go down the way that they go down in the movie. But we'll get into it.
It's time for the main event. Here comes the breakdown. Act 1, the setup.
Our Snooze Fest begins with the once beloved Miramax Films logo, which once signified a great film to come, but now makes you picture Harvey Weinstein raping every principal star of the film. God, I hope he gave it to Nick. I'd watch that. We fade in on the small island of Cephalonia, Greece, in the year 1940, where we watch a whimsical exchange between John Hurt's character, Dr. Giannis, and a patient with a pea in his ear that's been lodged there since he was a child. The middle-aged doofus who didn't realize he's had a pea stuck in his ear for 30 years immediately seems upset about how annoying his grating as all hell mom is, and they apparently give the doctor a chicken as payment. See, that's how it works in countries with universal healthcare, children. Shit would have cost you about, I don't know, $5,000 easy now.
Yeah, take a chicken.
Nowadays, that'd actually be better because you get eggs for free.
What's the exchange rate on chickens? Yeah.
About $5,000.
We cut to shots of the gorgeous island with a voiceover from the doctor asking a guy named Antonio if he remembers their island before cutting to a line of sick people being brought to a holy place where they lay on the ground and talk in tongues or some shit, and a dude pretends to be cured of restless leg syndrome or something.
Our lives with pain. I want her to learn the lesson that nature teaches us.
The doctor says the island has a long history of war and earthquakes, foreshadowing, and we cut to some guy blasting a cannon like 3 feet from a bunch of little kids, so you know the next generation is going to be deaf without having to stick peas in their fucking ears. We see the villagers, including Christian Bale's character Mandras, not Mandress, and Penelope Cruz's character Pelagia. I think it's
Pelagia is close, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a soft G, like supposedly like Pelagia or something in Greek. But I think like only one character pronounces it like that and everyone else says it Pelagia.
Yeah.
just always good to just pronounce everything wrong. Get people who have no fucking, like, they're not even remotely Greek or Italian or German to play
Spanish
all
is
of
close to Greek, right?
Yes, Spain is close enough, I guess.
Close.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Languages are exactly the same.
Anyways, they're both dancing on a hill, which is pretty much all they do on this fucking island when they're not being murdered by Nazis and earthquakes. Spoiler alert for everybody.
It's like all they do before the war starts
and
all they do after the war.
They're simple people.
They're simple folk. We see the cannon guy blast a bunch of rocks haphazardly out of the cannon again, but this time he fires it right at somebody's house and the stones hit Mandris. Thankfully, though, we get treated to the only exciting or interesting moment in this 2 hour and 9 minute drudgery in the form of Christian Bale's bare ass cheeks. Dr. Giannis
we
treats
shot our
Mandris
whole wad like 5 seconds into the movie.
Dr. Giannis treats Mandris' wounds, and Pelagia checks out the goods for a bit while Mandris says, "Come closer, have a good look, tell your friends, everybody's welcome." We set up that Pelagia is studying to become a doctor like her father before Mandris' overbearing mom comes to check on his beautiful buttocks while smacking him and saying boys are nothing but trouble.
His mom reminded me of Kieran Hines the whole movie. So I just thought it was like Kieran Hines playing an old Greek woman.
Just Kieran Hines in drag.
Yeah. Sorry, that's awful to say about that woman, that actress or whatever. But that's just, you can't unsee it if you think about it.
Now I can't think of anything else. Yeah. She is one of the better, like, she feels more authentic than most of the other cast members. Mm-hmm. She's barely in it, but, whatever.
Yeah. Well, we watch Pelagia and Mandris slowly fall in love while she admires his Batman abs. Or actually, I guess during this time they were his Patrick Bateman abs. And they enjoy their island paradise in peace without any fear of World War II getting ready to kick off all around them, which we hear about through a radio broadcast. Pelagia tells her dad that Mandris wants to marry her, but the doctor argues that they are too young, and for some reason, he thinks she would only ever marry happily to a foreigner. Okay.
Sure.
He says Mandris is not her equal.
Everyone on this island fucking sucks. You gotta get out of here, girl. I'm telling you.
He says that Mandris is not her equal since she's a smart future doctor, I guess, and that she should marry for love rather than hunky good looks. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I'd marry him in a heartbeat. She argues with her father that she does love him, but he says he won't give her a dowry if she chooses to marry Mandris, and says there's going to be a war while pulling a gun on his only child, and says, use this to defend yourself, and if necessary, use it against yourself. Wow, that conversation took a really dark turn, but
it's so also, out of fucking nowhere.
It is. It just points and takes a gun out. Hey, shoot yourself.
Shoot yourself, you stupid bitch. Should marry somebody from England or something. I don't know.
It's weird because I'm pretty sure that's what Nigel says to his family whenever I come over to visit too, by the way.
He just hands out guns to everybody.
Yeah. It's like if the brown man come in, use this to protect yourself. Look, it's not my fault your children look like they belong to the Nazi party.
It's true.
He says her marriage will have to wait till this pesky world war is over, and we cut to a Greek general recruiting men in the town square to help fight against the Italian army, which has already made their way to Albania. Mandris gets all charged up to defeat Mussolini and the Italians, and Pelagia chats with a priest for whatever they have in Greece about her and Mandris having an engagement ceremony or whatever the fuck that was.
It was like a ceremony to make the engagement official or something?
Yeah, it's like it was just a
pre-engagement
wedding
party.
But yeah, I guess just a betrothal.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Maybe that's a thing in Greek Orthodoxy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, he was going off to war, so maybe they just was like, we can't have a wedding right now, so for the time being,
Yeah. Give you this promise ring.
Yeah.
Mandris says when he comes back from the war, they'll get married unless some slick, fun-loving, charming Italian guy with a horribly forced accent who can play the fuck out of a mandolin beats him to it. They dance the night away while Mandris passionately tells Pelagia how much he loves her, and Dr. Giannis looks on depressed since he wanted his daughter to marry some random person from another country or something. Also, Mandris ties her to a chair for some reason, which, based on the one expression Penelope Cruz is capable of in this film, makes her question whether she wants to be with this guy or not. I don't know. I mean, it's confusing. She's not very good at emoting in this movie.
Yeah, not at all.
Just a blank fucking slate, and you just have to assume whatever she's thinking in any scene.
Yeah.
She's better as a CGI guinea pig. Good takeaway.
I think it's implied later on that, like, because he says something about her being madly in love, but then once the falling in love part disappears, do you still want to be with this person? And right. I think that was like the first implication that maybe she doesn't actually love the guy. She just
doesn't want to marry the village idiot.
Yeah,
man child.
Right.
Yeah. So that's
it's too late to get married to the guy with a pea in his ear for 30 years.
Mandris and most of the able-bodied men of the island head off to fight the Italians. And we see that Mandris and Pelagia passionately hug while she says she'll write to him constantly and asks him to promise to write her back, which he does kind of, I don't know, sort of nods his head a little, which I guess counts.
Foreshadowing, I think.
Yeah.
Spoilers, he can't read or write. But he didn't want to tell her that.
Yeah.
Who could have thought?
Otherwise, she'd be embarrassed to marry him.
Yeah.
He'll tie her to a chair and embarrass her in front of everyone she knows in her life. But,
literally the entire island was
right? There. But that's not a bridge too far. But not being able to read.
Yeah. That's it, man. No.
We cut to Pelagia narrating a letter to Mandris saying he hasn't written to her since he left, and she's worried he is wounded, in prison, or dead. Also, she says this is the 100th letter she's written to him. She waits every day to hear news from him, but there's nothing. Get off this guy's dick, lady. He's protecting Gotham from Liam Neeson. Jesus. Fuck. We see wounded returning home and a list of dead posted in the town square. Eventually, we see Pelagia excitedly tell her dad that the Greeks have beaten the Italians in Albania, but the doctor explains that Hitler won't let Mussolini be humiliated, so it spells disaster for the Greeks, which is true. Mm-hmm. Smart doctor. He's like
Except
the only
he's got
smart
throat
person
cancer
in this fucking
through the whole movie.
Yeah, he's like the only sympathetic person, I feel like.
Yeah.
Every word he speaks. Pelagia, Nubians.
Hey, I actually felt like he might have been a Greek person.
Yeah,
he tried.
He had at least
true.
That British actor felt like he was
felt more Greek than
Greek at points. Why did this? I mean, we'll get into it in the questions.
We hear Pelagia narrating another letter where she tells Mandris that she's become hopeless, that he'll return since he never writes her back. He could have at least, I don't know, inked his cheeks and sent it to her.
Something. Had somebody just write a quick note back.
Press his mushroom tip into the fucking paper or something. I don't know, dude. He could have done something.
Thinking of you.
He could have asked one of his buddies to write for him. Like
apparently they have fucking read him every single letter. He couldn't have asked one of them to like write something back.
What a piece of shit. Fuck this guy.
Maybe he tricked like his buddies into not knowing that he was illiterate and couldn't read. Like,
true.
I just like it when you read it.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
God.
I'll be touching myself here.
Oh, fuck. We then watch a news report saying that the Axis powers have captured Athens and Greece has surrendered. Dun, dun, dun. We cut to the Italian army preparing to occupy Cephalonia with soldiers and supplies streaming onto the island. Pelagia catches eyes with a handsome Italian soldier after he makes his platoon salute the beautiful girl, and she's like, oh, there's something about this evil Nazi-loving occupier who has come to enslave my people, destroy my way of life, and take my country from me. What a hottie.
Hey, he called her Bella Bambina or whatever the fuck.
Bella Bambina. Oh,
hey.
Oh, fuck. She spots a mandolin slung on his back, and her dad is like, God damn it. I hope he fingers my daughter as well as he probably fingers that mandolin.
Because he wanted a foreign person.
Wanted a foreigner, yeah.
God damn it.
Fucking occupying forces. And he's like, yeah, maybe this guy.
Yeah.
He's
Best
a bad
prospect.
guy, but he's not a bad guy, okay? We see the army post up in the town square, and Nick, a.k.a. Captain Corelli, reads a letter the mayor of the town has given him, which he reads aloud to the men, which says, fuck off, which he delivers in like a really weird, posh English accent for some reason.
Fuck off.
He knows two accents, sort of. Sort of Greek or sort of Italian and sort of English.
He's got a pretty decent Boston accent in the next movie. You should have just stuck with that.
Oh, God. We should mention that
just
at no
done
point...
a Boston accent the whole movie for this movie.
There's a lot of Italians in Boston.
Take the fucking car.
Fuck off!
Fuck
You like
off,
them
you
apples?
cock. Yeah, how do you like them apples?
I've never pointed my gun at somebody, Never in my life.
God, now I wish he had been in the Departed.
That would have been awesome.
We should mention that at no point does anyone speak a language other than English, except in passing in a few spots. They hand him a letter in Greek that the Italians can't read. So Corelli, who presumably is semi-fluent in Greek, reads it to the men, even though everyone just speaks English the whole fucking time.
Yeah, that's why. Why do they have Greek accents when they're talking to each other? He should be arguably the only one with an accent because he's the only one speaking a foreign language to him. And we should just accept that everybody else speaks English.
Yeah.
It's
but they're
very
speaking
confusing.
Greek.
I forget what that movie was. It was like the 13th Soldier or something like that.
13th Warrior.
13th Warrior, where Antonio Banderas, they're like sitting around a campfire and he's like learning their language and it slowly turns to English. Something to set up the fact that it's...
I think movies do this a lot better now in shows. Like they'll have one or two lines where the characters are speaking in the language and then it just switches to English with their natural accents and whatever. You get it. They should have just done something like that.
But it's also kind of like it paints the movie as if everybody is fluent in the same language.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Clearly they're not.
Like they're all speaking English because they all have separate accents.
Everybody understands everybody, and we've got Greeks, Italians, and Germans all on the same island.
Yeah.
Three very, very different languages. I don't know.
It's just shadows the suspension of disbelief for me. It's distracting.
Right. Yeah.
To the point where it's detracting from trying to watch the movie. At least to me.
The captain's commander tells him to tell the mayor if they don't surrender, the men will mobilize and storm the building. They hand Corelli another letter which says they refuse to surrender since they already beaten the Italians in Albania and will only surrender to a German officer. Some wet blanket Nazi piece of shit shows up and the Greeks surrender to the biggest bitch in the whole movie in the form of the governor from The Walking Dead, aka David Morse, aka Captain Gunther Weber. Yeah, I didn't realize that
you took more of an effort to pronounce it properly than they did.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to. I didn't realize that was the governor until you pointed it out.
To me, he was another one of those. I've seen that guy in that thing.
Yeah, I couldn't place him. I knew him from somewhere, and I know he's probably enough to look up the credits.
I assumed he was probably an English actor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's British.
He's a piece of shit in everything he's in, apparently, and he's a bitch.
In this movie, not in real life. We think he's probably
he's a nice guy in real life. We see the Italians setting up camps so they can use the island as a strategic stronghold against an allied invasion. And we are introduced to Captain Corelli singing platoon who all belt their hearts out while washing up and shaving. Some dude named Carlo joins the group and Corelli asks him where he served and asks if he can sing show tunes like the rest of them, which he's not into since he served in bloody warfare with his last outfit, unlike any of these minstrel dickheads. Quick fact, in the novel, Carlo plays a much bigger role in the story and is a closeted gay man who lost his lover in the battle with the Greeks in Albania, so he hates the Greeks until Corelli shows him they are good people.
I definitely got the gay vibes from him in this.
Yeah.
But he's like severely underwritten character in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, spoilers for later in the film, he kind of sacrifices himself.
Yeah. And it makes it seem like he really loves Corelli.
Yeah.
But that entire plot was wiped from the movie.
They just took it out.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
God, I wish there would have been a gay scene between the two of them.
There's so many little things that would have improved this film.
Yeah.
I'm
that
sure
they
they're in the
just
book.
decided to ignore. And there's so much dead air. There's just so much space of
There is.
nothing.
Oh my
happening.
God, this movie is so unnecessarily long because scenes take so fucking long.
Yeah.
Which is set. Yeah. Because there's a lot of times where there's movies that just they just boom, 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 boom. They don't let stuff breathe. But this movie lets scenes breathe way too
There's a spectrum.
fucking long.
Yeah. There's a spectrum of editing.
Yeah. This is a perfect example of how not to let a scene breathe. Captain Corelli sings in the guy's face while he looks around awkwardly, and then Corelli explains that every member of his battery is a member of the Opera Society, and that everyone in this outfit must sing or play the spoons or helmet or jack off or whatever. And Carlo stares at Corelli like, Jesus, these guys are even gayer than I am, and I take dicks in my butt.
It's like, can I just go back to Albania and get shot again instead of having to deal with
get
these
killed by
fucking-
the Nazis.
He's like, I
show
wish I
tunes
would have
with-
died in Albania.
Send me to the goddamn drama kid squad.
He's like, show tunes are even a little too gay for me. We cut to the movie explaining why we have the Third Amendment in the form of an Italian soldier saying Dr. Yanis and his daughter must quarter a high-ranking officer in their home. The doctor vehemently tells the guy he won't house an Italian before spotting a limp the soldier has, and makes a deal with the quartermaster that he will treat the corns on his feet and house an officer in exchange for medical supplies so he can continue to take care of his people.
He really changed tact really fast.
It was a very weird, I don't know, motivation character shit.
Absolutely not. I will not take you in.
Yeah, the same scene. It's
Oh,
not even
you're limping.
Right. I don't know.
I took it as, and it wasn't done really well, but I just took it as he sees an opportunity to be able to still care for his people with supplies that he now can't get because they've cut off all the supply chains.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was supposed to be.
He's
But
being,
right,
he's
but
being
it was just
self-sacrificing.
poorly done.
But
Just
it just makes it seem like he's like, oh, you got morphine? All right. Like a man, rape my daughter. I don't care. I'll treat those corns. It's weird. It makes it seem like he just wants to do it almost to treat the guy's corns or some shit. I don't know.
I think it's also supposed to show that he's
he took a Hippocratic oath. He needs to help people.
that he even though they're the enemy, he still has this. He has honor about it, which I don't know. It just doesn't play into the movie at all. It was weird.
Right.
It was weird.
Yeah, it's just an awkward way they do it in the scene.
I mean, everything that he did obviously made sense, but the way that they filmed it and edited it and pasted it, just was weird and awkward. I don't know.
Yeah, sure, you can let the fucking
pretty
guy
much is
sing
like
for
the
20
same
minutes.
in the same scene. He's like, "Fuck you, Italians," and he's like, "Hey, wait,
yeah,
all right, yeah, sure, go ahead,
Yeah, move in.
yeah,
My daughter will sleep in the bed with the guy."
yeah." By the way, I know how to treat leprosy. Call back.
Oh, anyways, Pelagia comes home to find a filthy homeless man inside of her house. But to her shock, it actually turns out to be Mandris, who from this point on in the film transforms into a Greek Che Guevara.
Yeah,
he even kind of looks like him.
Yep.
Yeah.
He just needs the beret.
It even has the bandolier of bullets. At
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. That was
why
the scene direction that they put up on the board.
Yeah.
Che.
Yeah, Che Guevara.
She asks why he never wrote her back, and he pulls out a huge wad of letters she wrote him before, explaining that he never learned how to read or write. Kind of seems like something he probably should have told her before he left, but I guess lying to your soon-to-be wife is always a good thing.
He's too proud.
Yeah.
You tied her to a chair.
Hey, he's just joking around, man.
Just a practical joker.
He's like, I'm just joshing you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, we see Pelagia treat Mandris Trenchfoot while his mom bitches about him smelling bad and being worried he'll get fleas. And his mom offers show Pelagia Mandrick's dick. What in the absolute fuck is going on in this movie?
She just wants grandkids, all right? She's desperate.
You want to see it?
Want to see his penis? His panas? Mandrick tells Pelagia that they beat the Italians but couldn't do the same to the Germans. And later we see that Dr. Giannis treats Mandrick's wounds. He was all sorts of, he came back all sorts of
lots of
fucked up.
scars and shit all over.
Yeah.
I guess
you're supposed to understand, like, if you think about it from the subtext of it, he's a very proud man, but he went AWOL. And you think of what the hell drove him to going AWOL when he cares about honor that much. So you think of, think of the kind of hell he went through to have to try to get away from that. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to think too hard.
You're giving it more thought than the screenwriter did.
Yeah, I'm sure the book goes into it more.
I'm wondering if it was like they were supposed to have surrendered to the Germans, but he went AWOL.
But he went AWOL.
Made his way back.
Yeah.
Because
he immediately wants to sign back up with the partisans. So it's not like he's like afraid of dying or fighting them. So yeah, that's probably true.
Right. I assume that he had heard that the island had been occupied by the Italian army, and so he left. And
anyway, he's got a decent story that we never hear about.
Right, exactly. He's just eye candy.
Right.
A truck pulls up to the house some other day, I guess, and we see that Captain Corelli is the officer they decided to make bunk with the Giannis family. Corelli blows Pelagia a kiss when he pulls up and calls her Bella Babina again, which is what he did when his men saluted her in town. Seems a little racist, but she gives him a go fuck yourself look, or I mean an open mouth stare at him before looking down, which is her default look throughout this entire film. Even in the more romantic scenes, she just has that same look.
It's whatever you want it to be. It's a sign of a great actor.
Yeah. Kristen Stewart based her entire acting career after this.
Hey, for all we know, it was the direction. I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. She's an Oscar winner, dude.
I haven't seen her in a lot of stuff, but I'm pretty sure she can act pretty well.
She can act for sure.
Maybe the only direction she got was like, you're uncertain about everything that's going on in this story.
Every single scene, you're uncertain. Look at the floor.
She's like, yeah, I'm uncertain why I signed up for this pile of shit.
At least she got a Greek vacation out of it, presumably.
True.
He introduces himself as Captain Antonio Corelli and introduces Carlo, that guy who joined his battery but doesn't like to sing. He says Carlo has 100 medals for saving lives and none for taking them, to which Pelagia says, a brave Italian is a freak of nature.
See, bitch. There's a couple lines that are good, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Must have been lifted directly from the book.
When they're talking about love or being racist to Italians. It's cool.
Dr. Giannis blames Corelli for defacing a monument and then says the captain should sleep in his daughter's room. And he's like, don't mind if I do. No, he says he'll find somewhere else to stay, but the doctor insists he sleep in her room while she sleeps somewhere else, I guess.
Which they never explain where she sleeps.
It was like a couch, like in another room, it looked like. She's
Was
sleeping.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's sleeping on it in a couple of scenes. It's just like she's sleeping on the couch.
They awkwardly eat dinner, and the doctor says they no longer have meat because of the shit-eating scumbags occupying their island. He didn't actually say that, but that's kind of the tone he said it in. Captain Corelli says he can bring some food, and Pelagia says, we do not accept food from the enemy, but Dr. Giannis suggests he bring wine. This guy, morphine and wine, dude. He likes to party.
He was like the one who was insistent that they not take help from the Italians.
Yeah.
And then 5 seconds later, he's like, yeah, bring some wine.
I mean, whatever. It's kind of funny. But
you know.
it's the same shit. I'll never quarter someone in my house. You can bring someone in my house.
Yeah.
Maybe some morphine.
It's all about the way that they put it together. Like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, it makes sense that he slowly warms up to him and like allows him to bring wine. But in the moment in the film, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's like you have such a shift in the same scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like almost
Like
line to
that's
line.
something you could tell in a book like that, but
Right.
Yeah, when you see the inner dialogue or something.
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Then he just kind of leaves the captain of the invading army alone with his daughter, since he wants her to end up with a foreigner or some shit.
All right, you
Maybe that's
kids
why he
have
wants the
fun.
wine.
Leave a door open. Wink.
Corelli says it's only an hour until curfew, to which the doctor basically says, fuck off, I live here. And Pelagia says, aren't you going to stop him? He's defying you. To which Corelli says, you're absolutely right. Quick, get the gun. Somebody shoot him. Shoot him. But, like in a fun, jokey kind of way. Well, laughing at her, and she doesn't really take kindly to him joking about murdering her dad for some reason.
Probably because it was in a really goofy Italian accent. Shoot him, shoot him.
It's a me, Mario.
We see Corelli trying to teach a little girl how to say his name. Again, we should mention that at no point does anyone try to speak Greek or Italian or German in the entire movie. Just a bunch of American and British actors doing Greek, German, and Italian accents, and a girl from Spain doing a Spanish accent while playing a Greek while looking at the floor with her mouth agape. Pelagia spots Corelli playing with the kid and tells her to go home since she doesn't want her fraternizing with the enemy. And he says, in times of war, we must make the most of what little time of innocent pleasure there is. Another great line again, lifted most likely from the book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, stop being a little bitch, lady. It's not like he's part of an invading army that has stolen the only place she's ever known in the name of a fascist dictator who wants to exterminate their kind from the earth. Just lighten up. Have some fun. Drink some wine. Dance.
Drink some wine. Dance.
Yeah.
It's all fun and games.
He can play an instrument. Come on. Not that bad.
Stroke that mandolin.
Look at what his fingers can do. We cut to Pelagia reading Mandris the letters that she wrote him since they didn't have Hooked on Phonics back in the 40s. So he still can't not read too good. This, to be honest, he's the only character that I actually related to in this film because of his disabilities. Mandris kind of ignores her and just plays with a gun before trying to convince her to kill Corelli since he's the enemy. Mandris says he plans to leave to join the partisans when he's strong enough so they can fight the occupiers off their island. Then asks her to read the last letter she wrote him before he came home, which, spoilers, is basically a Dear John letter. But he cuts her off when he hears the Italian army marching down the street. So again, this is their way of trying to make him seem like a bad guy because he's more
Was he
interested
gonna
in fighting.
break up with her in that moment?
I think, he was. I guess it was they were going to have the talk that he wanted to have later on, or that he has.
But then he kind of just decided not to. I think.
Well, he had to go return some videotapes.
God damn it.
Solid pull.
Later, we see Corelli arrive home drunk, and he gives Pelagia a flower, and she's upset that he's been drinking. She says, I thought you were a soldier, and he salutes her and says, Captain Antonio Corelli, reporting for duty. Nick Cage trying to pull off an Italian accent while also pretending to be drunk was pretty epic to see.
I always said it before. He can play drunk really well.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I don't know if he can do
Especially
that
when he is
also
drunk.
Trying to be goofy and romantic and an Italian. Maybe it's a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
It's a bit much.
Dr. Giannis asks to hear Corelli play the mandolin, and he's confused, but busts it out anyways. Corelli taps on the mandolin for 5 minutes since he's hearing the other instruments in his head, I guess. Then Corelli yawns like an orangutan while Dr. Giannis apologizes to the imaginary orchestra. Doctor goes to bed and again leaves his only child with the occupying captain from the axis of evil. But he starts playing the mandolin finally, which immediately makes Pelagia's panties flood like the levees after Hurricane Katrina. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Corelli opens his eyes and sees her smiling at his playing, and she catches herself and leaves. We see her in his room the next morning looking at a photo of him. And also smiling, so I guess she's picturing him strumming her mandolin the way he does those strings. God damn.
Such a what? You're an evil piece of shit. I don't want you in my house 5 seconds after he starts playing the mandolin. I mean, I guess it's the same as when douchey frat bros play Wonderwall at parties. It's just oh.
Yeah.
So hot. I didn't know he had this side to him.
He can play acoustic guitar.
Kind of. He can play G and E minor.
Manders pops in and asks if this is where the captain sleeps, and then tells her that he's leaving in the morning to join the resistance fighters. She tells him not to go, but he says if he dies, he wants to die for something he believes in. She gives him a waistcoat she's been working on for him for months, and he shits on it for being uneven.
Yeah, there's like a scene where she is like sewing it, and she's like, it's just all wrong.
Yeah.
And it was more about like him not writing back to her.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it's like she fucked up the stitching
Yeah.
because she doesn't actually love him. I don't know. I guess there's
And
symbolism.
and then we eventually learn why he's giving her the cold shoulder about it. So
Yeah.
Corelli walks in and Manders says the Greeks would have kicked their ass in Albania if it wasn't for the Germans. And Corelli agrees with him, but says the Germans are not his friend. Manders asks what Corelli thinks of their island, to which he says, I like your island. And then Manders kisses Pelagia to make him jealous, and then he just kind of pushes her head and leaves while Corelli stares at the floor with his hands in his pocket, doing his best Penelope Cruz impression, I guess. So, true.
I like your island.
that's why I'm taking it.
I like your women.
No, those fascists aren't my friends. I'm a different fascist.
Yeah.
The next morning, Manders says goodbye to Pelagia, and she hugs him passionately before he takes off in a boat. It's like every fucking man she loves leaves her in a boat in this movie. Spoilers.
Well, I mean, literally nowhere else to get off the island.
True. No other way to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, because Manders does it like 4 fucking times. She watches on knowing he could never play her little man in the boat like Captain Corelli. Which makes her sad. Oh, and the fact that he's leaving her behind again to fight for his country.
Act 2. Let's get some motivation up in this thing.
We see a little girl on a cliff overlooking a beach making a little crown of thorns she plans to put on Jesus's head later in the crucifixion. What the hell was that about? Down below, we see Corelli and his men enjoying a fun beach day with some topless whores, which is still boring somehow.
Yeah.
I don't...
Probably like the
like-
most boobs we've seen in a single scene in a Nick Cage movie. And
Yeah.
it's still just like nothing's happening.
Man, we've got our minisodes coming up here for the bit part special that we're doing. Holy shit, man. I don't even know, like, because he's like barely in some of these movies, if I should include the boobs, but like, I think there's like 31 boobs in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's like 12 in that one trailer that he's in Grindhouse.
Oh.
Like, fuck, man, we're going to add like
Ugh, yeah.
40 boobs. But anyways, Corelli leads them in song, and the fun is interrupted by a fucking scumbag piece of animal shit pile Nazi. Sorry, I now feel an obligation to remind the world that the Nazis are bad.
So this movie doesn't really, I mean, it kind of does it, but it also kind of doesn't.
Yeah, kind of humanizes them, right? Mm-hmm. Anyways, the diarrhea fountain opens his shit-eating lips and says, "Hail Hitler." And Corelli is like, oh, he must just have autism. No, wait, he says, "Hail Puccini," who was the Pope at the time.
I thought Puccini was a musician. Composer.
Well, there was a Pope at the time called Puccini. So I don't know.
The subtitles say Puccini, like the composer.
Puccini?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's different than Puccini Puccini.
And it makes sense. You know, he likes music. So
yeah.
Italian composer, I guess.
I guess the accent made it a little difficult to figure out what exactly he was saying. Captain Weber, who's the Nazi, reminds Corelli that they've met before since he's so forgettable, and says he admires his little party. And then all of the Italians steal his cigarettes when he offers one to Corelli. I thought that was funny.
It's like classroom rules, you know?
Yeah.
You bring out that pack of gum. Suddenly you got to give gum to everybody.
Give it to everybody. Weber says there are now 1,200 Germans on the island, and Corelli makes a joke about them being there to keep an eye on them. Then they make fun of Weber for having dark hair, and Corelli says, "Like Adolf Hitler?" The way he says it is so funny to me.
All my family and my family before them, going back as far as we can remember, have dark hair. Like Adolf Hitler?
You see, Hitler was a fucking hypocrite who thought he was part of a master race of blonde, blue-eyed Germans, even though he had brown hair, brown eyes, and was a one-testicled meth addict who was apparently into women shitting on him, allegedly.
What's wrong with that last part?
No kink shaming. The rest of it's fuck off. Nazis fuck off. But no kink shaming.
We share and we don't judge.
Occasional shit. The Scheiße.
Also, remember, he was Austrian. He wasn't German.
Yeah.
So
and partially Jewish, by the way.
Yeah.
And he
super delusional gentleman.
The Aryan terminology from Persia for some reason.
Yeah, just a weird.
Lots of mental gymnastics to twist yourself into.
Yeah.
Yep.
Being a supremacist.
Meth. It's a hell of a drug.
Corelli offers Weber a drink and then makes a joke about how he thinks anyone who loves Wagner should be shot. I notice that's like a common thing between Italians and Germans is the hate of Wagner. Because the Germans love him.
Yeah.
But made great flying into war music. Wagner did. Pelagia spots the nauseous fascist titty party on the beach and disgusted that the guy she's insulted every time she's talked to him could possibly be interested in such activities. Corelli makes his way to Pelagia's home, and she spots him kissing one of the girls, which prompts her to pull a gun on him the second that he walks into the house. He's understandably shocked and walks slowly to her before taking the gun away, since she could never shoot that blue-eyed, beautiful man. She laughs at him and says the gun wasn't even loaded, and he says, "I have never pointed a gun at anybody, never in my life." Sorry, I won't do that. I've never pointed a gun at anybody in my life. It must be very difficult for you to have to put up with us. Which again is a great line. That must have been taken from the book. Mm-hmm. She says it must be difficult for him to have to live with himself since he spends his days laying in the sand with prostitutes while people she's known her whole life are fighting to save their country while he sings and does whatever the hell he's doing down there.
Drinking wine,
hanging with Nazis. She asks him, "What is there to sing about?" And he says, "What is there to sing about? There is singing when babies are baptized, when we celebrate a marriage. Men sing as they work, soldiers sing as they march into battle. There is singing when people die. I've always found something in life worth singing about, and for that I cannot apologize." Which again, great line, even though it's delivered in a fucking caricature accent. He apologizes for causing her pain by his presence, and the next morning he prepares to leave the Ionis's family behind, but whips out his mandolin one last time so Pelagia can wake up with flutters in her stomach. The doctor tries to convince Antonio to stay, but he says Pelagia wants him to go, and he says he'll make sure Dr. Ionis gets the medical supplies still, even though he's not going to be staying there anymore. The Italians throw a party in the town square and try to get the Greeks to dance with them, but they're not so keen on getting cozy with the enemy troops for some odd reason, as we see later in the film. Spoilers. But we'll
God damn, this movie just never ends.
This scene in particular, it's just like,
yeah, this takes forever. The Italians eventually start dancing with each other while the Greeks look on disgusted. Corelli heads over to a Greek girl and says the evil, degenerate Nazi fucker across the dance floor thinks she's very pretty, but he's too shy to throw her into a boxcar. I mean, ask her to dance himself. She explains that she doesn't mean to be rude, but if the town sees her dancing with a Nazi, it won't go well for her.
She read the script.
Yeah, she read the script. Pelagia gets tired of being a prisoner in her own island and decides why not dance with the fascists. So why did it not go badly for her after this? Like they see the one girl get kissed on the cheek, or she kisses the Nazi on the cheek, and I guess they assume that she's with him. Mm-hmm. So spoilers, they string her up in a tree, but they don't fucking do anything to Pelagia, who literally has sex with the enemy later on.
The Italians are on their side by that point.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess.
They'd fought together.
That's true.
Remember, it's all in the fascist, not the fast. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Also, they don't condone shitting on somebody's chest, and they definitely know she dropped a deuce on his chest.
That's the Germans. That's not.
No. That's what I'm saying. Is the lady that they string up in the tree, they know she dropped a deuce on the governor's chest. Scheiße on me chest.
I'm too shy to ask. She hops out onto the dance floor with one of Corelli's men and dances her heart out while Corelli watches on, fascinated and turned on, I guess. You just kind of have to imply emotions, since Nicolas Cage and Penelope Cruz spend half of this movie giving each other open mouth stares with little to no discernible expression whatsoever. It's kind of hard to suss out what they're trying to tell us with this.
Yeah.
Well,
she's trying to make him jealous by dancing what looks like salsa for some reason. Even though she's
You're
Greek.
not Spanish in this movie. You're Greek.
And he's upset that she's cavorting with other Italians and not him. I don't know. That's how a romantic movie would write it, so I'm assuming that's what it was supposed to be going for.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone claps for her, and Dr. Giannis notices how Antonio is staring at her and is like, oh, I recognize that vacant expression. That boy is in love. Sometime later, that little girl who fashioned the crown of thorns for Jesus finds a giant Turkish sea mine washed up on the beach and lets Antonio know about it. He and his men decide to put on a little show for the people they're occupying. And they surround the mine with explosives, build a little bunker to hide in, and blow it up while the townsfolk watch on, including Pelagia. Unfortunately, these Italians are horrible soldiers, and the fuse for the explosives is too short. So when it goes off, it knocks over the sandbags in Antonio's bunker, and he's injured, which prompts totally not in love with him Pelagia to run miles down a hill to see if Corelli is all right.
I love that these are the guys that are they're like artillerymen, and they can't measure out a fuse properly to set off some explosives.
Well, they're not EOD, dude.
I guess.
They launch the shit. They don't blow it
they
up.
They fucking set up the bunker way too far away, and then the fuse wasn't long enough, so they set the bunker up 10 feet from it. Not sure how they were expecting that to go down.
Brain must have just been rattled.
It's like two boxes of explosives next to an unexploded sea mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, even 20 feet away. It's fine.
I kind of wonder if it was something in the book where, he was like, well, I already promised a show, so we'll just make sure it happens. I don't know.
Throw a rock at it.
I think, can't you get longer fuses?
No, this is World War II.
Tie two fuses together,
Lob a grenade at it or something.
Yeah.
Corelli spots her on the beach from his stretcher, and later we see her treating all of the platoon of idiots as wounds for being too close to the explosion, which I didn't think the other guys were too close. I thought it was just him in the bunker, but whatever. They're treating their faces and shit.
Maybe it's because they got hit with shrapnel and shit because they were in the bunker and he was the only one in the bunker.
Yeah. She tells Antonio, "You must be one of the most stupid people I've ever met." And he says, "I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear the words you're saying." They have a flirty exchange as we find out he's moving back in for a few days because he's injured. And Corelli asks her if she missed having him around. And she sarcastically says, "I missed you so much, I can't sleep at night." Or whatever her accent is. I don't know. He tells her how amazing she danced the other night and that I could watch you forever. And she says, "You think you can come in here and turn my whole life upside down, or my whole world upside down?" Did I miss 9 scenes of them actually having some sort of connection to each other?
Yeah, nope, apparently not.
How are they suddenly in love? what the fuck happened? Like, how did it jump from that?
Yeah.
You think you could come in here and turn my whole world upside down?
They tell you, tell, don't show. That's how you make great art. Great cinema.
We see Dr. Ioannis getting supplies from the quartermaster, but the guy says he's nearly out since the supply line has been cut by the Allies and 12,000 men on the mainland are sick with malaria. In another scene that feels super forced, Dr. Ioannis tells Captain Corelli that when he met Pelagia's mom, she was engaged to someone else, but he didn't let that stop him. What? Why are you having this conversation? Supply lines.
Shit, they're going to lose the war. They're going to leave soon. I really need to bag this foreigner for my daughter.
You need to make sure that he fucks my daughter.
Yeah, fucking get on it, Corelli.
Jesus Christ. Then he asks Corelli if he thinks she'd make a good doctor, since I'm guessing Mandras would have just made her stay in the kitchen rather than practice medicine or something. I don't know. Fuck it. Corelli just stares at him the entire scene without saying one fucking word. And the doctor explains that the island has seen nothing but disasters and massacres for 2,000 years and it's just a matter of time until the next one. Again, I guess to make Corelli know what he's getting into if he stays.
Like a great place to raise your daughter when you want nothing but the best for her and like to get her away from the island, but you somehow have chosen to make your life on this island.
Anyway, or maybe he wants him to take his daughter away from this cursed land.
That's what I don't know. There's a weird message of like, this is a nice, quiet, rural community life, but like he just seems like he just wants nothing but for his daughter to leave.
Yeah, I don't really get what we were supposed to be getting from that.
Please just shack up with an Italian fascist and get the hell out of here before an earthquake kills everybody.
Go somewhere where you can actually do good. You don't have to treat dudes with peas in their ears and fucking bullshit like that. You can actually go to a place where they have real medical issues. Since TV doesn't exist and life is just that boring, we again see the Greeks sitting around in the town square watching the Italians drink and sing with that rat fuck evil Nazi leading the choir, much to Corelli's delight. Pelagia watches on smiling, and we watch a couple Greeks watch on upset as a girl flirts with the Nazi. Sure is handy that there's no language barriers in this magical world.
Yep.
Germans, Greeks, Italians, they're all just so similar. The governor tells her he's going to leave a record player with her when the war is over, and she's over the moon and gives him a kiss on the cheek, much to the disgust of the unibrow crew watching on.
Yeah.
Slut.
Dr. Ioannis announces that the Allies have landed in Italy, and the Italians are stoked since they know that they'll be going home soon. But the Nazi with a heart of gold is shocked that they want the war to end.
You're not enjoying your time here?
You're not having a good time. Corelli says they don't have the same advantages as the Germans, like believing that other races are inferior to theirs. And he says, you can't alter a scientific fact, which I'll just use this moment to let everybody know that the scientific studies that the Germans used as a jumping off point to justify the Holocaust were complete fabrications made up by Americans to enact Jim Crow laws. Just so you know.
Also,
inferior skulls. See, look.
Also, like 5 years before this, the Italians were occupying Ethiopia, as we know.
Yeah.
And we're definitely convinced that they were superior to all the African races that they were colonizing and subjugating.
Yeah, they kind of left that part out. It's okay. It's okay.
That's why I like the Italian movie that is way more critical of the Italian actions than this, whatever the fuck, English American movie that is basically like, nah, they were good. They're fine.
Anyways, Corelli says, forget about science. It's morality that counts, says the guy whose country let the Germans exterminate all of their Jews. Did you ever see Life is Beautiful? They go round and round about morality of war, how hard it was for the Germans after the First World War, and Dr. Ioannis says, sometimes it's better to lose than to have so much blood on your hands. One of Corelli's men says they should think about falling in love rather than war on such a beautiful night. So Corelli plays the mandolin for the next 2 full minutes of screen time as Pelagia stares at him. And when he finishes, he says, "It's Pelagia's song." And she's shocked or constipated. Kind of hard to tell from the complete absence of expression.
I wish her dad gave me a gun so I could use it on myself right now.
Use it on yourself. Before it gets into the second act, just kill yourself. Mondras's mom is shocked to hear Corelli wrote a song for Pelagia, and the next day we see Corelli ride a motorcycle to where Pelagia is collecting herbs or something. He tells her, "I wrote you that song because I love you. I don't care if the world knows it." And she gives him the vacant, open mouth look that won her an Oscar just a few years after this film. He gives her a long speech about how he feels about her, and she tearily kisses him, submitting to her forbidden love. We see her walk back from her home with a big smile on her face, sniffing her fingers.
He's into ass play, dude.
I don't know if you noticed that, but
Yeah.
just like,
I think it's supposed to be more of her just like,
Wiping her mouth.
getting rid of the stretch
have
marks.
a little Alfredo sauce. Gotta get.
Oh, God. Get a little Captain Corelli's manicotti,
A little fettuccine.
A little
What's that
fettuccine
on
on my
your lip?
lips.
Oh, it's just fettuccine, Dad.
God. While we see shots of she and Antonio getting undressed and making love over her walking back, sniffing her fingers.
That was a jarring moment when her boob just pops out. I was not
that was a
expecting
bit
that.
jarring. Yeah.
Hey, it was like, hey, pay attention. Oh, okay, never mind. It's still boring as fuck. Although they did show her armpit hair, which I thought was a nice historical.
I did think that was pretty,
conclusion.
nice touch.
Because honestly, it is weird on my. I don't have a fetish about this. I swear to God, but it is a weird like. It always annoys me in movies that are supposed to be historical when they have like shaved women that are completely shaved. Because it's like that wasn't really a thing until like the 30s, and mostly in developed places when razor companies realized they could advertise to women and convince them they needed to shave their armpits and their legs.
And they're downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very thankful to them.
I'm not. Bring it back. Bring the hair back.
Bring it back. I want that musk. When she gets home, Dr. Ioannis, Dr. Ioannis.
Dr. Anus.
When she gets home, Dr. Ioannis tells her, "Next time you see him, tell him I've got his mandolin."
They probably smell him on her or
She
something.
probably could smell it.
Over the fucking moon that they finally did it.
Thank God he finally got in my daughter's guts.
Damn it.
The doctor tells her more men from the village have left to join Mandras and the partisans, including some guy named Toad. What the fuck is it with Nick Cage movies and guys named Toad lately?
Stupid.
There's 2 movies this season that have featured somebody named Toad that we don't see. It's just off screen. Dr. Ioannis asks his daughter if she loves him, and she says, "We're engaged to be married." And he says, "I'm not talking about Mandras." He gives her a knowing expression while she looks at the floor expressionless. She's just so good at pulling you into each scene throughout this movie. You know?
Yeah.
That's her whole movie.
I felt so bad for John Hurt in this scene because I thought this is the only good scene in the movie, and he's doing his hardest.
Yeah. She's just looking at the floor the entire fucking scene.
Yeah.
The doctor gives her a big speech about love being a temporary madness, and when it passes, you have to decide if you should stay together forever since you still love each other, or are no longer blinded by the madness. He asks if she can see a lifetime together with Captain Corelli, and she shakes her head yes after staring at the floor the entire fucking scene. He tells her she needs to tell Mandras and his mother and to pray for the liberation of the island because if the war ends, everything becomes possible. Like, I would keep that to yourself, that you're like in love with the occupying force that hadn't surrendered at this point, by the way.
Also,
I would probably not tell Mandras, the guy who's fighting against them.
Guy who wants to kill him.
Pelagia makes her way through town, and it's clear the other women know about she and Corelli somehow, but never comes up again.
I can smell it. I already went over it.
She heads to Mandras's mom's to tell her that she's done with Mandras's beautiful buttocks. And of course, Mandras is there and is back to looking like Che Guevara for some reason.
Hey, it's a sexy look.
He asks her where her ring is, and he asks her to have Captain Corelli meet with him and the freedom fighters, but it's clear that he knows that she is with him now. So she's hesitant to set up the meeting with Mandras since he might do the same thing to Captain Corelli that he did to Paul Allen. Hey, Paul! Hey, Antonio!
He just puts on a record,
Try getting a fucking reservation at Dorsia now. He just plays that fucking Pelagia song.
Yeah.
All right. Act 3.
Bring us home, Nigel.
Act 3. Time to resolve some shit.
On the radio, we hear that Rome has fallen to the Allies and the Germans plan to take full control of all occupied territories from the Italians. As we've established, the Italians fucking suck at being a military. Quick fact, a radio broadcast announces that the Allies have taken Rome. This leads to Italy dropping out of the war and fighting between the Italians and the Germans starts. Italy surrendered on September 1943 after the Allies captured Sicily. Rome fell in June 1944, long after all of Captain Corelli's men, spoilers, were dead. Pelagia tells Corelli about meeting with Mandras, and Corelli's men pull into town singing happily since the war is over, or so they thought. We lost, yay! Pelagia and Antonio stare at each other uncertainly, either because he knows that he'll be heading home, or uncertain as to what the Germans will do next, or whatever the fuck she's thinking, because he can't ever tell. Anyway, it's hard to tell what emotion we're supposed to be getting from both of their vacant expressions throughout the entire film, as they share absolutely no on-screen chemistry. We see the Italians and the Greeks celebrating with each other while a car full of butt-fucking Nazis look on angrily. At the mayor's office, Corelli's commander explains that they have chosen a date to hand over their weapons to the Germans, and some men express concern that they are allies with the Germans, so they shouldn't need to surrender their weapons. Fair point. Soldier asks if they have confirmation that the Germans won't use force against them if they surrender their arms, and the colonel says they have a personal guarantee that they will be allowed safe passage. Never trust a Nazi. Even if he sells you cool cars, turns your favorite place to find porn into a fun, hate-filled echo chamber, or promises to make you a fully functioning sex robot. A soldier says, if you surrender your arms in times of war, then you are no longer a man. Which is up there in the pantheon of great Cage movie quotes like, a man without a gun is not a man, or a man without a truck is not a man. Captain Corelli seems worried about turning over their guns to the lying, evil scumbag Nazis, so he meets with Mandras, who of course asks for the weapons the Italians are about to give away. One of the partisans tells Corelli that there is a massive buildup of Nazi troops on the mainland preparing to attack the islands, and Mandras tells him that if all the Italians who surrendered on a nearby island have been sent to prison camps. Corelli is shocked since he heard that these men went home and got to go live in a farm upstate somewhere or something. And Mandras tells them that they can't trust the Germans. So he's the second person to say that in the movie. Antonio meets with his superior officer who tells him to order his men to leave their post, to which Corelli says if the Germans wanted to bring in heavy reinforcements, this is exactly where they do it. But he does what his superior tells him. Wouldn't you fucking know it, though? While transporting their heavy machine guns, the Nazi fuckfaces pull guns on all of their allies, and the governor pops back into the movie to tell Corelli everything will be fine. Corelli asks about the troops Mandras told him about on another island, and Weber assures him that they all went home. They went to a farm upstate.
They're fine.
Captain Corelli drops his pistol on the ground, so his men follow suit while Weber's men have machine guns pointed at them. Weber asks Corelli if they can keep in touch after the war, and Corelli gives him a go fuck yourself look before walking away, which I guess he learned that look from Pelagia. Hey, we'll be pen pals. I really cherish our friendship.
Would you mind if we ride back and forth? I can tell you about the house that I'm occupying in Germany.
Hey, no, Italian's not so bad.
It's not so bad. It still has these pictures in it, but it's a beautiful house.
I just love that part. We can still be friends. I'll sign your yearbook.
What a good time we had.
One of Corelli's men flicks a cigarette at a Nazi, and when another tries to take his gun forcefully, he pushes him away, prompting the Nazi to shoot. The Nazis blast 4 of Corelli's men, and we cut to a meeting with Corelli, Weber, and Colonel Wagner, or whatever, who assures them that the matter will be investigated. Corelli freaks out since they're all supposed to be allies, and the colonel menacingly says by noon the next day that all the Italians will be on their way home. Wink. Quick fact. In this scene, Captain Corelli says Mussolini has surrendered to America and Britain, not Germany. Benito Mussolini didn't surrender to anybody. He was arrested by his fellow fascist party council members, supported by some Italian generals and King Victor Emmanuel III of Italy. After he was rescued by Adolf Hitler's SS commandos, he continued to fight the Allies. That night, we see Corelli giving every gun he has left at his disposal to Mandras and his men, and Antonio makes a plan to help the partisans fight the Germans before reinforcements arrive. Captain Corelli and Pelagia meet on a dirt road somewhere, and he tells her to keep a gun with her at all times, and she tells him to come back to her. Carlo, the brave Italian, tells Pelagia that he will look out for Antonio since he knows that she'll be devastated if he dies, and he drives her home. And that scene makes a lot more sense after knowing Carlo's backstory in the book that was completely left out of the film.
Yeah. It was kind of like, oh, this random side character we've spent 20 seconds with is now suddenly very caring towards Corelli.
Yeah. We cut to Nazi planes on their way to the island, as well as troop ships, and all-out war erupts, while some of the Greeks decide to use this as an opportunity to kill that chick who kissed a German, since she's a traitor and a whore. I'm not even sure how it's possible, but the battle is just as boring as the rest of the film, but essentially, the Italians are defeated quickly by the Nazis, since we've established the Italians fucking suck, and half of the beloved town everyone sits in chairs in every night listening to each other sing is destroyed. Pelagia searches desperately for Antonio while watching the Nazis march through her hometown. We cut to see that the Greeks hung that poor girl for kissing a Nazi. Imagine if she'd had sex with an Italian. Oh, wait.
She would have been a fine.
Corelli and his men...
get up in his guts.
Corelli and his men are transported as prisoners of war to a cliff where he sees Weber, who is devastated to see his old singing buddy in the group. Oh, I thought they weren't going to kill that one.
Oh.
Corelli tries to call to him, but Weber walks away with a terrified and sad look on his face. So I'm glad someone in this film is capable of conveying emotions, because, yeah, that was the only time that you could tell what an actor was, or the character was feeling, because the actor was acting.
Yeah. It's funny that he's the one who never had a film career after this. The other two main characters have Oscars somehow. I don't know.
And finally, some of the Italians start to put together what's about to happen. I thought we were just going to go home.
Does this mean we're not pen pals?
They fucking started shooting at him when they showed up. What the hell? They're not just
Yeah.
I'm
mean,
just gonna send you
them
back.
going to war against the Germans probably sealed the deal, but I get the sense that they were going to do this anyway.
Yeah. One guy starts
They're-
praying and another runs before being shot, and the Nazis bust out a machine gun to mow down the rest of them. But true to his word, Carlos steps in front of Antonio, which saves him from being killed. I feel like that gun would have been able to shoot through a guy that was standing 6 feet in front of it, but through the magic of
It's like
movies.
a 50 caliber
So I can't remember what it's
submachine gun.
Yeah, it's that.
But it did punch through him and fuck up.
It did.
I mean, he did get hit, but
Yeah.
I think it would have obliterated all of them.
Liquefied him. He was like 10 feet in front of it. The rest of the opera group are turned into hamburger, though. Get it? Because they're German. And Corelli is only hit with bullets that made it all the way through his old buddy Carlo. Weber tries, again, acting. Oh, sorry. He doesn't try acting. He tries not to cry at the sight of the men he bonded with over singing. That he bonded with over singing together. And the Germans move out. Weber stays behind to make sure all the men are dead, but can't bring himself to kill Antonio when he sees that he's still alive. Weber hightails it to a waiting truck and heads off to a fun-filled life in Argentina. We see several more scenes of Italians being executed by their allies for attacking them, and eventually we see Mandras and his men checking to see if any of the Italians survived. I don't know why. Maybe they just wanted... I guess they're friends with the Italians now because they helped them. They were all fighting the same side. Mandras finds the man who cucked him by simply playing a mandolin on the ground, nearly dead, and decides to do the right thing by taking Corelli to Dr. Yanis. The doctor explains that he's not a surgeon, and he isn't sure if he can save Antonio. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a doctor. But Pelagia begs him to save the love of her life that we spent 2 hours establishing, yet still feels weirdly forced. Dr. Yanis works tirelessly on Antonio, pulling all the bullets out and sewing him back up all night. Captain Corelli comes to, and Dr. Yanis explains what happened, and he's devastated. Pelagia tries to nurse him back to health, but he's a little depressed over being betrayed and having all of his best friends murdered. She wakes up to Antonio attempting to surrender to the Germans. When she stops him, he says, "If they find me, they will shoot you both," in a very cagey manner. But he says that he doesn't belong there, and his presence has only brought destruction to her island.
True.
She tells him that she loves him, and he says, "I had no right to make you love me when you weren't mine to love." The Germans pull that little girl who made the Jesus Crown's mom and partisan son out of their house, and Pelagia rushes to save the little girl while her mom and brother are shot. Again, Cage just kind of stares at her emotionlessly. Was it a partisan? I think it was. She was harboring an Italian.
Yeah, that's what it was.
She was a part.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a partisan.
No, he was wearing an Italian uniform. It's just, I guess, to show, not tell.
It's just a... Why would he still be wearing... I don't know. Whatever.
And they're like literally right next door, and the Germans... I figured they were going door to door at that point, so why did they not show up at the next doors and find Antonio just chilling in the room?
He can speak Greek. He just blends right in. See?
Well, you're right. They didn't take the uniform off him, at least. Next, we see the Nazis doing Nazi shit, like pushing old priests in the street, busting through doors, and ransacking houses, looking for anyone who might have been involved in the resistance. And we cut to Corelli being taken to Mandras, who offers to help Antonio get home to Italy on a boat with the help of his men. On the dock, Pelagia tearfully hugs him goodbye while telling him that he should go. He tries to tell her something, but she tells him to go, and he just kind of stares at her like he just crapped his pants. She sobs as his boat leaves, and then back home she finds Mandras in her room. She asks him why he saved Antonio, and he says, "I wanted you to love me again." He explains that he had his fellow soldiers read him all the letters she sent him in Albania, but when he got the Dear John letter, which he memorized. And then we hear it for the first time in its entirety, which says that she never loved him at all. So they just like have to read that to him over and over and over again until he memorized it. That's all I can think.
Yeah. Read it again.
Read it again. Oh my
Read
God.
it again.
Quick fact. Quick fact. In the novel, Mandras is kind of a piece of shit. For example, he learns how to read after the war and becomes indoctrinated into the Communist Party and eventually has Dr. Yanis sent to a concentration camp. Also in the scene we just talked about when Pelagia rejects him, he tries to rape her, and then when Mandras' mom finds out, he commits suicide out of shame.
Jesus Christ, man. Very different.
Yeah. We hear Dr. Giannis narrating a letter to Antonio again, and he explains that the war ended. Pelagia is now a doctor herself, and they took in the little girl whose family was killed by the Nazi shitbags. The girl brings home a package addressed to Pelagia, which turns out to be a mixtape Antonio recorded with his homies in Italy. She hears the first few seconds of Pelagia's song, which we heard earlier in the movie, but she quickly turns it off and looks depressed, I guess. Can't quite tell, but assuming that's what a real actress would look like.
Just mild constipation.
Dr. Giannis says that Pelagia is sad all the time, having lost Antonio, and we watch her treat a patient while using a comically large stethoscope.
Yeah, what the fuck was with that, dude? Why was it so big?
They only give her like prop instruments because she's a woman, so they like, let her pretend she's a doctor. Which, like, was that supposed to be on the? I guess it was the same island, but it was like we never saw any building with any kind of medical facility that advanced. The whole movie, they just live in like little cabins. So I thought like she'd gone to the mainland or something to be a doctor, but I guess not. A huge earthquake hits the island, and Dr. Giannis and Pelagia's house is just completely destroyed with him in it, since God wasn't done telling the people of Cephalonia to go fuck themselves. Pelagia rushes home after the quake to find her home destroyed, but miraculously her father survived. We cut to sometime in the future where we see another one of those weird-ass religious ceremonies, and that guy who had a pea stuck in his ear begs the doctor to put it back in since his wife sucks. Again, we see the child endangering shirtless fat guy blasting rocks out of a cannon in the direction of loads of people so that we know everything's back to the way it should be again. Pelagia watches on as the townsfolk dance, and she looks miserable or bored or constipated. Again, just stone-faced, nothing's going on. You just have to interpret it. Dr. Giannis suddenly spots Captain Corelli in the distance, and back at the newly constructed Giannis home, we see Pelagia searching for lemonade or whatever that girl's name is. She turns around and spots Antonio walking up the road, and she is shocked or overjoyed or having a root canal. At this point, you're just imparting the emotions that we're supposed to see on her face. Antonio says that he got her father's letter, and through tears, he says, "I tried to live without you. I tried to make myself believe I could live without you." She puts her hand on his face and says his scar healed well with tears in her eyes. I mean, yeah, he had a cut on his face at some point.
I think it's from the shrapnel that blew up.
Also, he's got gray hair in his temples for some reason, so we're supposed to imagine this is many years later, even though it's been like 3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They make it seem like it was like after World War II.
They like really stretched or condensed this timeline at the end of this to make it seem it's like, I don't know. It was like they put the fake hair on him like they did it. Peggy Sue got married when he's supposed to be, old guy, middle-aged guy.
Just missing that see-through pants shot of his ass.
They hug for a few seconds before we cut away from what the movie has set up as one of the greatest love stories ever told, while somehow not telling that story at all. It's kind of baffling how we spent so much time in this world, yet I don't feel like there's any connection whatsoever between Antonio and Pelagia. Quick fact, in the book, Antonio visits years later to see Pelagia one last time before becoming a famous musician, and that's about it.
I think it's supposed to be like 20 years later or something.
So he just never went
to see
back
her one last time. Yeah.
Hey, my life was great, actually, after everything turned out fine.
Things are pretty good.
How's yours? Oh, your dad got sent to a concentration camp? That sucks.
Sorry about that. I heard about the earthquake.
Yeah, that was
I love a spaghetti.
Hey, how'd it turn out with that madras? Oh, he tried to rape you and then killed himself. Oh, man.
Sorry to hear.
Should chill on an island somewhere. It does wonders. Should try being Italian? I don't know. We seem to be fine.
All good.
I'm a millionaire now.
God damn it.
Oh my God.
Have fun with a lemonade.
We have a couple of questions before we move on.
Why didn't they choose a single Greek, Italian, or a German to play any of the principal characters?
Yeah, I don't know. Star power, I guess. That's why I was like, you can't find a single good Greek actor. The fucking drama originated in Greece. You should be able to find some decent Greek actors.
I know they exist.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding did it.
John
Sounds like the same
Stamos should have
time
been in this movie.
Just cast all of those people in this movie. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest question to me is like, why did they cast these people? And why did they not take any time to try and like learn how to talk like those people? Even doing like an English accent, like they don't sound Greek. They just all of them just sound like the same character. I don't know. It's just not well done at all.
Mm-hmm. It would have been better if they just stuck to their original accents and you just get over it.
I mean, Cage played an Italian soldier before and he didn't attempt an Italian accent.
And it was a little better because it's this is his accent is awful.
Yeah.
Not quite as bad as Outcast, but
yeah, not quite as bad. The guy blasting the cannon filled with rocks just fires them at people's houses and doesn't check to make sure no one's standing in front of it. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I wanted to know what it looked like. They were firing like coins or something out of it for the kids to collect. Like I wanted to know what that tradition was. But yeah, just load it with shrapnel and fire it at a house. Yeah, because the kids wanted to see it. Hey kids, what's this?
I just don't understand that one.
Don't know how these
people...
people...
you just fucking hit my house. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Stop that.
Don't know how these people were occupied.
How did they take over? Why didn't they fire that cannon at the Italians?
Oh, the great. They just have like get the Italian cannon or whatever. Then there's just this little bombard cannon from the 1400s they're using.
They just shoot that fat guy.
He's like helping the fight.
What in the fuck? Why did her dad think she'd only be happy with a foreigner?
I think it's just supposed to be he wants her to get off the island.
Mm-hmm.
And like
but they love the island. Obviously,
I know it's
like,
weird. I guess he just his motivation seems very weird because it sounds like on the one hand he likes the idyllic island because that's his home or whatever, but on the other hand he knows like all the dudes on that island suck apparently, and she has no good prospects. Like
she's
Madras is the best one.
Marry this Madras guy or that guy with the unibrow over there,
right?
Why not just stick with pretending everyone just speaks English rather than add in that Corelli can understand Greek? Because they sort of make it, because he like reads a letter that's all in Greek.
Right.
But then they kind of just, I don't know, like, because can he speak German too? Like,
right. Because I don't think the German's going to know Italian. So how is he able to talk to the German? Maybe that's the whole point. Like they're all kind of incompetent, but he was only picked because he knows Greek. So that's why he's in charge of this group of artillery guys that are sent to Greece. And maybe Weber's can speak Italian. So that's why he's the ranking officer because he's only like a captain or something that they talk about.
They're all kind of like low level military dudes.
Yeah. Because it's just some backwater that like they needed to stick some guns on to defend against ships or whatever the fuck they were using the island for. So they just
seems like that's all posting. It was like it was going to be a battery of some sort. And,
and that's just, why he's there because he's an artillery battalion or whatever they are.
Yeah, stop the Allies from coming from North Africa or something.
Yeah,
over. I don't know. They don't really spend much time on that.
No, I mean to talk about the war in a war movie.
It's so weird to me that it's such a long movie, and yet we don't really seem to have much substance to anything throughout. I don't really get it.
Think of the other movies you've watched that are over 2 hours long and how much story is in them compared to this.
Yeah, this is like the 5th longest movie that we've talked about. And nothing really happens somehow. I guess we sort of answered this. No, we answered it. Where did Pelagia sleep while Corelli was living there? I guess you said you saw her sleeping on a couch.
Yeah, she's got one of those like couches with like it's almost like a therapist couch. Like the one side is up higher than the other, like it's a spare bed type of thing.
Gotcha.
Because she's in it in that scene when Antonio tries to leave. He tells her father he's leaving because he doesn't want to be there anymore. She doesn't want him around. And she's eavesdropping. She's laying in that couch.
Yeah, she wakes up at one point. I kind of remember that.
It's just like it's in like a front room of the house or something.
Mm-hmm. So the Unibrow crew made a special point to track down that one girl and hang her from a tree because she kissed a Nazi on the cheek, but didn't care that Pelagia danced sexily with the Italians that one night. And a captain in the army named a love song after her.
I think it's just... She probably did more with the Nazis than just kiss one on the cheek, and they knew about it. And then the fact that they were kind of on the side of the Italians at that point, since they'd all just fought with them against the Germans.
Yeah. Maybe that was something in the book, was that she actually did sleep with Weber.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, it seemed like they had a story that was completely cut out of this.
Mm-hmm. Then my final question I felt like asking is, what was with her sniffing her fingers in that one scene?
I mean, wasn't it you after putting your hand down his pants?
I mean, I don't know. I think she was just like she was in love and she was just touching her face because she was so in love.
Yeah.
But still, it was a little weird.
Yeah. It was just...
And it felt overtly like she was sniffing her fingers, too. I don't know.
It's time for the trackers.
That leads us over to the Cage Curse Tracker.
No beating around the bush. He only says fuck twice. Other than that, he's completely clean-mouthed throughout the whole thing. And technically, he doesn't even say it. He's just reading the lines from the paper.
Yeah.
So he's a good guy. He doesn't even swear. Never pointed a gun at anybody. Only says curse words when he's forced to, I guess. I don't know.
So he does have sex with some whores at some point.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Plays around with some whores.
Yeah. That's just an Italian, you know?
So were those Greek women? I didn't ask.
I think they were supposed to be.
No, I thought they were Italians.
Were they?
Why would they have Italian women on
Exactly.
the
Why
Fuck would
They
they
were-
have a mandolin?
They're Italian, you know?
Yeah, I thought they were Italian women that they brought over to boost
Oh,
them.
I thought they were Greek women.
I don't think so.
think
Yeah,
they were just
They
Greek.
must have been Greek, and then they probably all died too.
Yeah. But they're not important, so whatever.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, so two curses in this, 2 fucks. That brings our total to 891 grand
To
total.
900.
And a total of 387 total fucks.
Runtime. I don't know why this movie had to be so goddamn long. This is the 5th longest movie that we've ever talked about, behind, weirdly, all action movies behind this. Face Off, The Rock, National Treasure, and USS Indianapolis, which I guess the USS Indianapolis was kind of on the same level as this, of just long for no fucking good reason whatsoever.
boring as fuck too.
129 minutes. That is a long movie. Did not need to be so long, but yet they didn't set up anything. I don't know how. It's baffling. I don't get it. How is this movie so long and it doesn't tell a story throughout the whole movie? Nudity, we had 2 male asses. There was one in the camp, like while they're like singing and stuff. There's just a bare ass while the guy taking a shower.
Right.
And then Christian Bale's ass. And then we had 8 breasts, 3 sets on the beach. And then Penelope Cruz's baffling. I did not expect that to happen whatsoever. That brings us over 100 breasts, finally. 105 total. And brings our grand total up to 15 male asses, which is now 3 above female asses on the tally.
Quality.
Yeah.
State and country tracker. This was our first trip to Greece. Spent the entire film in Cephalonia, which brings us up to 28 total countries now. Budget versus gross. This was a $57 million budget with a $62 million gross. Definitely a box office bomb, even though it looks good on paper when you look at that. Like, oh, it made back its budget. But no, it did not. It did not at all. That brings our grand total up to $2.268 billion on the budget, with a $5.029.7 billion gross. We are over $5 billion now, thanks to Captain Corelli's Mandolin.
God damn it.
On our top grossing, it's actually pretty high on the list. $62 million is actually a pretty substantial amount. It's now sandwiched between Matchstick Men and The Ant Bully. A weird combination of films.
Yeah.
And then as far as the ratings, this was an R-rated film, which brings us up to 34 total on our list. And that leads us over to the Cage Kill Tracker.
So what, one kill? I think. I mean, he shoots somebody and they fall in that battle where they're running at the end. So I kind of just took it as like that was him killing somebody finally.
Yeah.
He
finally had to use his weapon.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I think he counted as a kill, because he used his weapon. He sees somebody get shot and fall.
Fought in one battle, killed one guy, and then lost.
Yeah. So one kill brings us to 269 kills. Nice. And he survived this movie, so we're still sitting at 18 deaths.
Kind of a resurrection. Sort of.
No.
Where does this meh mound of mediocrity land? Let's rank this film on the Cageometer.
That leads us over to the most important question that we ask on the show. Vince, arbitrarily forever, where does Captain Corelli's Mandolin rate on your Cageometer?
I'm going to give it a 3. Boring as all hell.
I was going to say, that's it. Moving on.
Yeah. Really, I have nothing more to say. Just we've talked about it to death already. It's just a boring film. No substance to it. The music and the cinematography were great. The directing was terrible. He couldn't get anything out of his fucking actors. I blame that on the director. So 3 out of 10. As far as Cage,
dude, he made the jump from football to directing a movie. Got to give him some credit.
Turducken.
See him like drawing plays.
He's trying to.
That's what you got to do. You're here. You're over here, and you got to walk over here.
Look at the floor. You see it? There, over there.
As far as Cage, I don't fucking know. Like 5. I'll give him a 5. Middle of the road. I mean, it's just there are moments where he added to the movie, but there are moments where he just didn't add anything, and you could have replaced it with anybody and got the same experience. Mm-hmm. Again, I blame the director. I don't think he did a good job at giving his actors direction. He just kind of let them go, and normally Cage does cagey things, but I think because of the source material, I think he probably wanted to play this a little more straight to be respectful of the real life people that he was interacting with and portraying himself. So just boring performance from him, in my opinion, just not very good. So yeah, I'll give Cage a 5, and I don't want to ever talk about this movie ever again.
Nigel, where does Captain Corelli's Mandolin from 2001 rate on your Cageometer?
Yeah, we've already said it. It's to me, it's a 3 as well, because echoing the same thing. The cinematography is good. It's shot well. Location's gorgeous, and it looks nice. It was you could tell there was a production budget for making a period piece set during World War II. The music was fine, I guess. Author liked it, but other than that, seems like a terrible adaptation of a book made super boring and not faithful to the source material, at least in the words of the author himself. So it's just like it's over 2 hours long, and it really feels like nothing fucking happens from scene to scene and from the whole movie. I mean, there's a story there, but it's like whatever.
Yeah,
it's a slog. I feel like none of the characters have any chemistry between one another, which is a pretty important part for a romance movie. And despite what you may think, I do like romantic movies, and I do like romance stories, and this is just like you got two characters that I don't know. There's nothing going on between them, and there's no reason to give a shit about what's going on between them because of their performance, or I don't know if it's the directing or the script or whatever. It's just I can see why this movie flopped and was not popular among everybody who's not apparently fucking Amazon users who gave it a 4.75 out of 5
so
or some
weird.
stupid.
I'm noticing a trend that Nick doesn't really seem to have great chemistry with his female co-stars a lot of times in films.
Yeah, and I
wonder
don't
what that
know.
is.
I mean, I just conjecture, but he's kind of an awkward guy, so maybe it just doesn't. It's just hard for him to do that, I guess. I definitely did not feel a connection between these characters.
Yeah.
We're being told that there is one, and they're both attractive, so I guess that's enough for a movie.
Yeah.
But like you said, it was just like, oh, he's deeply in love with her now, and he wrote her a song, and I guess that's we're just supposed to accept that, and she loves him because she looked at him. I don't know. It just feels
open
like
mouth stared at him for a while.
It just feels like, oh, okay, all of a sudden they're deeply in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
any
much of that.
positive qualities of the story I chalk up to maybe John Hurt's performance and the book. I said, scene where he's talking about love and how, love is actually when falling in love falls away and you're left with your roots intertwined with each other or whatever that line is. That's really good. At its best, art should be taking little slices of the human experience and transposing them into whatever medium they're in. And I feel like that's great in the written word side of things. I think his performance was good in that scene for film. That was my favorite scene in the movie because of that. But other than that, it's just like, I don't know. It's just a boring thing you have to sit through, that it's just trying to tell you a story that happened without actually showing it to you. And you don't really get that emotion.
Yeah.
So, 3. Cage's performance, I'll give him a 4, slightly less than a 5. I was thinking 5, but because I said there's not really any chemistry that I got between him and his co-star, or a lot of his goofy accent or whatever, just kind of reduces the performance a little bit for me from just like a baseline 5. So I'll sit him there at a 4, just being a little bit worse because we've seen him do better. Maybe it was the direction, but to me, it's just really, there's not really an emotional core in his performance that had to be there for a movie like this, dealing with this subject matter. So, and on the topic of subject matter, like I said, this movie feels very safe and sanitized as a way of portraying the horrors of an occupation during a world war. It feels very, until like the third act when shit gets pretty horrible for some of the characters, it really feels like they're just like, World War's bad, but it wasn't so bad. I mean, look at them. They're chilling on
singing.
the beach. They're singing.
They're singing together. They're having a good time. Look at how well they get along with each other.
Yeah. So it just felt very tone deaf for what I'm assuming is a darker subject matter in the book, and I'm assuming that the book handles it a bit more mature and realistic than whatever they were going for with this.
Yeah. Seems like it, yeah. All right. On my Cageometer, I'm going to give it a 3 as well. It is, it's not a well-told story whatsoever, and there was no chemistry to the romance. Even with, I feel like the romance was better between her and Mandras, but still wasn't that great. It still kind of felt forced and weird and awkward, and maybe that was just Penelope Cruz's performance. I don't know. I would say Christian Bale and John Hurt are kind of the saving actors, but still can't save it. Yeah. It's like you got 2 wheels on the cart that work and the other 2 wheels are just wonky as shit. I don't know. Like the positives, the cinematography was great. The location is beautiful. I'm glad that they filmed it on location. Actually paying homage to that location. Because it would have felt really weird if they filmed in, just mainland Greece, or if they filmed in fucking England or some shit. I don't know. They didn't get any fucking Greek people to be in the movie, so makes sense that they would have just filmed it somewhere other than Greece.
Yeah.
But
I emptied
thankfully
the
they
coffee,
filmed
by the
it.
way. He's not drinking the coffee. Just so everybody knows.
He's
Maybe
just
getting trace
crushing
amounts
that
of
caffeine.
chocolate.
I mean, as far as the rest of it, like the accents are all over the place. Nick's Italian, you know, he swung for the fences, and it was like where did he get this Italian accent? Did he like, you know, channel the same kind of like he went to Alabama and heard some yokels talk for a minute, and he was like, oh, I'll just talk like Forrest Gump the whole movie in Con Air.
He's probably been around some Italians.
I would
his
assume
family
he
or
is
whatever.
Italian. His
Yeah.
family's Italian.
Maybe
He's
he
been
was
to
just
Italy.
channeling that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or he had a
It's very
vocal
strange.
coach.
Maybe it's more authentic than we give it credit, and maybe it just comes off as inauthentic because it's coming from Nick Cage.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it just felt like a caricature. Almost felt disrespectful to Italians. Penelope Cruz just really tanks the movie. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt that like maybe her, like the direction was like, be stoic. You're a very stoic, you know, you're a very introspective character. So you're just thinking a lot. And like, that was the direction, but like you have to show us in a film that you're thinking certain things. Like you can't just look at the floor for half the movie and us be like, oh, well, she must be deep in thought. I don't know. It's just a not well put together adaptation of something that sounds like it should have been a good story. And you know, I don't want to ever have to watch another version of this, but I do feel like for people who were fans of the book, who very much have said that this is a really shitty version of that book, I hope that someday we get an adaptation that actually does it justice, but doesn't sound like anybody's really interested in making that for Hollywood. So yeah, 3. As far as Cage, I waffled between a 4 and a 5, but I think I'm going to stick with a 4 just because of that accent just really takes me out of the movie. Like even the scenes that are really impactful where he's like talking about how everybody sings during, you know, great things and bad things. It still kind of takes you out of the movie because he's doing that goofy accent the whole time. But it's, you know, there's a lot of great lines in this movie that obviously were taken from the book. Yeah. But delivered in the accent just takes away from it a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he sucked me in certain parts, and then other parts it just felt like he was doing his best Penelope Cruz impression, where he's just kind of like, oh, well, I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm deep in thought. I don't know. I don't know what it was. It just... I don't feel like there was any believability to the love story the whole way through.
Yeah.
It just felt so just out of nowhere that they were falling in love. Yeah. And like we have to just, we're not getting that from the performances or what's happening on screen. We're getting it through us imparting our own emotions onto those characters.
Because the movie tells us they're in love.
Yeah, and it's like, I didn't feel that at all. I didn't feel any chemistry between those two characters. And as soon as they fall in love, they are shifted apart because of the impending war. And we never see them have a connection again, not even at the end. I'm just kind of like, oh, this is an awkward hug. Okay.
Yeah, the movie just ends too, by the way.
Yeah.
Like it just ends.
Just ends right after that. I don't know. Not a great movie. Definitely not one I'll recommend, and one I hope to never have to watch again.
Here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for. These are the cagiest moments of the film.
Everyone in our battery is a member of the Opera Society. These are the rules of engagement. 1. All those called to regular musical fatigue shall be obliged to play a musical instrument. The spoons, the helmet, comb, paper, and so on and so on. 2. Anyone who says that Donizetti is better than Verdi shall be required to sing Funiculi Funicula and other songs about railways. 3.
Aren't you going to go and arrest him? He's defying you. Ignoring the curfew.
You're absolutely right. Quick, get the gun. Somebody shoot him! Shoot him!
drunk.
Yes, I confess. We've been drinking, singing, generally misbehaving.
I thought you were a soldier.
Captain Antonio Corelli, 33rd Regiment Artillery, reporting for duty!
Cheapest seats in the gods, to your majesties in your royal boxes, draped in your jewelry and your fine furs. But I'm damned if I can imagine.
I thought of you Nazis had blonde hair.
I come from the Tyrol. Grew up in the Austrian mountains. All my family and my family before them, going back as far as we can remember, have dark hair.
Like Adolf Hitler?
We are going to explode the bomb! It will be a fantastic explosion! And when the time comes, nobody must come down to the beach!
You must be one of the most stupid people I've ever met. You wanted to show off, so you nearly get us all killed.
I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear a word you're saying.
You should pass. Antonio! What are you doing?
If they find me, they will shoot you both.
They'll kill you if you leave this house.
I don't belong here, Pereira. I never belonged here.
That's it for this episode of One Cage at a Time. As always, be sure to drop us an email at onecagepodcast@gmail.com to let us know if we missed anything. Oh my God, please don't. Or hit us up with suggestions to improve the show, comments, compliments, or simply to gush about the legend that is kinda in this movie. I don't know. Yeah. In our next film, we'll finally be stepping away from the romance genre that we've been in for 3 episodes straight. Yeah. I don't know why. Although temporarily, weirdly, because our finale is going to be another romance film. But we're going to watch the 2023 action thriller Sympathy for the Devil. Nick plays an over-the-top-as-hell kidnapper from Boston, which is somehow better than his Italian accent, who forces a guy whose wife is in the hospital giving birth to drive him around Las Vegas at gunpoint while trying to get the guy he kidnapped to admit to some horrible things that he did back in Boston. I've really fucking enjoyed this movie. I'm not saying it's a great movie, but I really enjoy. Cage just gets unleashed. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite of the newer films that he's done. I'm not saying it's a great film, but I am saying that it is a really enjoyable film to watch and to talk about. So I'm excited to hear what you guys think. It's going to be really fun. It'll be a really fun episode. There's just so many cagey moments. The whole fucking movie is a cagey moment. It's great. Anyways, make sure to check it out wherever fine films are sold or on your streaming service of choice. Until then, we'll say goodbye the way we do each and every episode with our Nicolas Cage quote of the film.
What is there to sing about? There is singing when babies are baptized, when you celebrate a marriage. Men sing as they work. Soldiers sing as they march into battle. And there is singing when people die. I've always found something in life worth singing about. And for that, I cannot apologize.
Thanks for listening to One Cage at a Time. Visit us online at onecageatatime.com or follow us on the social media platform of your choice for more Nicolas Cage goodness. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you really like the show, become a member of our Patreon where you can download unedited and ad-free episodes, as well as listen to our follow-up show, Back Into the Cage, where we re-examine each movie to discuss what we missed the first time around, answer listener questions, and wax poetic about the man, the myth, the legend that is Nicolas Cage.
Fuck off.